Hello, I am Santosh Kumar. In this demonstration, I will deploy a Windows server in public subnet on AWS and access it from my local machine using RDP, that is remote desktop protocol. Yeah. First, I log in into the AWS console. Now I navigate into the VPC. Then I'm gonna create a VPC. Select VPC only. I'm gonna give the name like my roll number. Then CDIR. Then I leave tenancy to default. Then I'm gonna create a VPC. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go to subnets and create a subnet. I'm gonna select the created VPC, which is my roll number. Then name my subnet name like my roll number, then followed by slash and subnet. Yeah, no preference, and then IP4 subnet like. Yeah. Then in I'm gonna select this, and in actions edit subnet I'm gonna auto assign IP settings enable. Then create an internet gateway, create name, attach it to the VPC that we have created, attach. Then to the root tables, create a root table, name like select the created VPC, create the root table, and then edit root tables. We should add a root which is the created internet gateway. This. Yeah. Then we are gonna launch the EC2 instance. I'm gonna naming Windows server. I'm gonna select the AMI to Microsoft Windows Server 2025 and leave the t3.micro. I'm gonna create a new key pair like example 2. I'm gonna edit the network settings, the created one. Yeah. I'm gonna leave the auto assign public IP to enable. Type RDP. We are gonna deploy through RDP, so leave it default. I'm gonna launch the instance. Yeah, it is launched. We are gonna connect it. Yeah, it's asking 4 minutes. Yeah, I have waited for 4 minutes. Now I'm gonna get password, upload the .pem file, which is example2.pem. Yeah, decrypt the password. I'm gonna using Mac. So I have installed an app called Windows app through which I'm gonna deploy it. We should get the IP from the created EC2 instance, then paste it in the Windows app, add PC, paste the copied IP address. Yeah. Now we are going to enter the password, username that is given by the system. The username that is given is administrator, and the password that is it is generated is this one, which we will be copying and pasting. Yeah, it asks for confirmation. Yeah. The Windows server is loading. Yeah, it is setting up the settings. Yeah, the Windows server has been launched. In conclusion, I successfully deployed a Windows 7 public subnet and accessed it from my local machine using RDP. Yeah, thank you.